him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Smack 'em a gub, it's time for the only news that matters. And Candace Knight, who has been married to Richie Blackmore for 17 years, but has been together with the legendary Deep Purple and Rainbow guitarist for 36 years, spoke to Don Osborne on Total Rock about the possibilities of Richie returning to Europe in the not too distant future for live shows and their long-running project Blackmore's Night. She said, as far as flying anywhere right now, Richie has actually been told by the cardiologist not to get in a plane. He had a heart attack about a year and a half ago. He got 6 stents, and I can't believe he's going to be 80 on April 14th, which is crazy. But he doesn't look it, and he doesn't act it. But eventually medical things wind up catching up with you. So we got to make sure we keep him happy and healthy. And he's dealing with gout and some arthritis things. And of course his back has always been an issue for years. So it's getting harder for him. It's tricky. He has been an issue for years. And but hey, I've seen people younger than him in wheelchairs on stage doing what they do. So I think he probably doesn't want people to see him that way. I see the other perspective from a fan's perspective. I would think people would just be happy to be under the same roof with him and listen to him play whatever he comes up with. So we kind of have this discussion or argument, and I'll say discussion at the time, but he just recently had his cardiologist tell him that, hey, let's put travel by plane on hold. So hopefully we'll get that all straightened out and that'll change, but I'll let you guys know if it does. Man, that's crazy, man. I mean, it's just, as the years go by, we're losing all our heroes. And look, Richie Blackmore had a heart attack a year and a half ago. And I don't know. I didn't know this till now. I don't know if this was known by anybody out there. I'm sure people close to him knew, but I don't think that was ever a press release. And, and how she said Richie doesn't want to go out there, looking, like disheveled or, medically not perfect. He doesn't want to go out there in public and be seen like that. And man, I wouldn't want to see Richie Blackmore like that. That's why this whole Ozzy thing, I would not want to see that. I want to remember them as they were, And, Blackmore, man, and yeah, I know he gets a lot of flack for Blackmore's Night, but hey, it's something he wants to do. I mean, I would like to see him plugged into a Stratocaster with some Marshalls. Of course, that's the Blackmore I love the most. Deep Purple and Rainbow stuff. But I really don't mind Blackmore's Night. I can take it, if I'm in the mood, I'll play that first album, which I think was pretty good, Shadow of the Moon. And I have a couple other ones, but I do have to be in the mood for it, and if I do play it, I might play the whole CD, but then I wouldn't listen to it for quite a while. But I think Candace got a beautiful voice, and I think the music's beautiful. It's gorgeous, Renaissance crap. Not my thing, but hey, I've heard way worse. Methods to Mayhem. Anybody? I'll take this Renaissance stuff over just about a lot of music I dislike. I do not then dislike Renaissance music, but yeah, the only Renaissance music I own is from Blackmore's Night. Oh, I know Blackmore is up there. Number 3, my third favorite guitarist after King Edward and Randy Rhoads, Blackmore. You know, he shreds, but he's got that feeling, man. You know, maybe another time, the last song off side 1 of Difficult to Cure. That emotional playing as. Even this goofy song off Deep Purple's Fireball called Anyone's Daughter, it's like a joke song. But you listen to this joke song and listen to what Blackmore is doing, it's far from a joke to me, man. It's pure, amazing emotion pouring out of those fingers during this song, you know. And then you got, you know, of course, the iconic Highway Star solo and the extremely underrated guitar solo on the song Stone Cold, which is probably the most popular Rainbow song. That guitar solo is like, why do people do not talk about Ritchie Blackmore anymore? It's a damn shame, you know? I know part of it has to do with him abandoning rock and stuff, and he's getting forgotten, but man, I was listening to the other day the Made in Japan album, and my God, he goes off on it, and I love what him and the late great John Lord do at the end of Smoke of the Water when they're going back and forth. I don't know, and it's just such a free. He's such a free spirit in his playing on stage. He plays whatever he wants. He doesn't stick to the same solos, and yet, you know, he just comes up with this shit on stage that just hits me so hard, man. Technically, I can name 100 million guitars more technical than Blackmore or Randy Rhoads or Eddie Van Halen. But those are my top 3. I'm not talking technical. I'm talking feel, what they play, what it does to my soul. Ritchie Blackmore is up there, man, with the greats, you know. But I only got to see him twice. I saw the Straight Between the Eyes tour where he dunked the Heineken on me, and me and a bunch of people in the front row. And then I saw the Perfect Strangers tour, and I've never seen him since. I almost went to Blackmore's night in Orlando, but then I thought about it. I was like, no, because maybe one day he'll come down here and I'll, you know. And, you know, if I miss Blackmore's night, you know, it's not going to crush me because I saw Rainbow and Deep Purple, what I really like to see, you know. But if it was to come down to South Florida, I would definitely go. You know, just to see him play guitar, man. And he's also hilarious, you know. I've seen these interviews, and you know, it's infamous, his little feud with Ian Gillan through the years. And there's an interview of him saying, you know, I like to get Ian Gillan in a dark alley and hire like 4 or 5 guys to beat him up because I can't, because Ian Gillan's way too big. He'll totally beat my ass. But if I get 5 other guys to beat him up, I would love to see that, you know. And interviews like that, and you know how he wanted to bash his guitar over Graham Bonnet's head when he saw Graham Bonnet got a haircut, because they locked Graham Bonnet in a hotel room for him not to go get a haircut before the gig, and Graham Bonnet snuck out the window and got a haircut and pissed Ritchie off, and stuff like that. You know, Ritchie's out there, man. You know, after his stint with Deep Purple, every album that guy did was never with the same band. Always people in and out of every lineup of Rainbow. But every album Rainbow has some different member, you know, or members, you know. But I loved it all, man. Even Stranger Within Us, you know. We on Almost Human Live a couple weeks ago, we did a show on Joe Lynn Turner. I said it. I think Rainbow has a perfect discography. I do not dislike any Rainbow album at all. I think they're all damn great, you know? And, yeah, so there you go. That's what I think of this whole thing. What do you think of this whole thing? Leave it in your comments below. What do you think of Mr. Blackmore? And I hope Mr. Blackmore a speedy recovery here on out, because I know it's been already a year and a half. So let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching the Only News That Matters. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and Schmack a Macabre.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.